Hello, welcome back to From Soft Serve. Today I kind of wanted to try something out. I was bouncing around an idea. It's something I realized as I was typing a response to someone in a YouTube comment where kind of reverting Darkroot Garden back to being, moonlight and kind of spooky, right? And I was typing and I was like, you know, having unique areas, having them have their own unique identity, like per area, means more to me than realism. And as I was typing that, I was like, shit, I think I need to revisit Firelink Shrine then. Because I do think, I like how Firelink Shrine looks, but it has lost its own look, right? It sort of took on the color characteristics of Undead Burg, which I think is beautiful. But it is kind of missing the original look. And so my idea is, because I thought about it, I was like, oh, well, back when I messed with this, way earlier, I didn't know nearly as much as I know now. And I think, because the big reason I changed the lighting in Firelink Shrine was simply because the shadows would barely show up. And it kind of sucked. I was like, damn, I'm adding dynamic shadows and I think it'd look really awesome. But if no one can ever see them, then, and that was kind of the start of the project, is once, you found that out, you're like, oh shit. And so I would like to keep the shadowing to where you can see it, similar to Darkroot Garden currently, actually, where you can see the shadows clearly, but it still is the moonlight. So it's sort of a mixture of the two. And I have an idea for doing that. You basically don't transfer over all of the light settings or revert all of them back to Firelink Shrine standard, right? But let's go into DS Map Studio. So your screen's going to go black here. Sorry. Greatly sorry about that. So let's put that on the left. And on the right, we have our Prepare to Die project. That way I can look basically at a glance between the two and determine that, oh, okay, got it. So this one is, they mainly use 20-20-20 for the scatter, fog, and light IDs. That was kind of your main thing, right? So if I want to undo essentially what I did here, I believe. And the cool thing is with Undead Burg sharing a draw param, it's pretty awesome in that I should be able to make the Firelink Shrine I made inside of the Undead Burg map. I should be able to make that look exactly the same as the changes I'm making here. So it should be able to look ethereal from Undead Burg as well. That's kind of the goal. And so I'm going to try to select all of the objects that are Firelink Shrine objects, which are, they're basically notated with B2. All the B0s should be from, in this giant list over here, the B0s are from the Blighttown map that I added. And then we have B1s, which are Undead Burg, which I added to this map. So normally you wouldn't see any of these, but of course, me being who I am, I have added them. So we now have our B2s selected, multi-selected. So you can make changes to all of them at once. So the first thing to do is undo the tone map and tone correct, right? Change the color settings, undo the Undead Burg one specifically to that. A lot of the other color changes are inside the light ID. It's one big combination of all the settings together. But my idea is changing just the light ID back to 20. But I keep the fog and scatter similar. And because I think the scatter is going to handle more of being able to see the shadows. I think. We will see. And so then the other thing we're going to do is go into the collisions. Because I didn't add any collisions from the other maps, because of course these are like distant Blighttown. The real Blighttown is still there. The one you're seeing from here is not that one. I don't need collisions because those are only for so the character doesn't fall through the ground and die. And I don't need that for fake Blighttown because I don't have any NPCs down there. I don't have anything. And so let's see what they were using Oh shit, really? So their collisions were actually using 10, which is the light ID I already have it set to. Interesting. Oh, and they had their tone map. Interesting. Okay, hold on. So, interesting. They were doing their tone mapping in the collisions, not on the map objects themselves. Got it. That's true. I think I have been doing that too much, where I'm doing the tone mapping not by collisions, but I'm doing it on the actual map piece itself, which you can decouple those, of course, because sometimes you don't want to permanently change how they look in game. All right. Well, I guess we'll keep. Let's select the collisions here, and let's do tone map of 20 and 20. Let's just go back to those, and then let's keep the light ID and fog ID as it is here. Lens flare of 20. Okay, interesting. Yeah, let's try that. So basically we have our map pieces set to 20 for the light ID, which does match Prepare to Die in terms of that. I just haven't changed the fog and scatter. So this is where I'm curious. I've only made these changes, and now let's copy it over and let's see what it looks like. I'm trying to do it like little bit by little bit. So I can, really you should do like one change and one change instead of just like 3 or 4 things, but you know, fuck it, we ball, right? We're just gonna go for it. Let's see how it looks. It's easy to revert, so that's the nice thing. Okay, well it got less bright. All right. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but closer, I suppose. Interesting. Maybe the map pieces do actually need. Okay, let's go back to the collisions here. So tone mapping of 20 didn't do a lot. The coloring is still pretty undead burgy. It's just less bright, realistically. Well, I guess one thing we could actually do is just, if we change it legitimately back to Prepare to Die, maybe it's good to just go back to what Prepare to Die has, which was mostly always matched by what Remastered did. Not always, but mostly. Depth of field, no, I'll keep that at 10. That doesn't affect anything. That's just the depth of field changes I made. And okay, got it. So 2020, light ID 10. Interesting. I find that weird. I don't know if I believe that. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. So those are the collisions. Let's go back to our B2 map pieces here and select them. And we want to make sure that they are 20. And okay, that's it. Cool. And let's see. I do have to eventually do the objects and enemies as well, because they'll look really strange if I don't do that. But for now, we're going to get it nailed down that it looks right, or looks kind of like where we want. And fingers crossed. Let's see. This is kind of like my detour from Darkroot Garden for a bit. I'll work more on it, but I've been in Darkroot Garden for like, feels like 2 or 3 days, I think. So I let this be a little detour of, I don't know, Firelink Shrine, you know. Yeah, this is what I thought would happen, is it looks really strange where the Undead Burg map pieces, when they're not updated, that's kind of how they look. They end up looking really fucking strange. This is the one thing I was not too keen on with. I guess this is more standard Firelink Shrine. And do we still have dynamic shadows that are visible? Yeah, mostly. Yeah, that's true. They generally are. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, that's mostly what I wanted, right? Oh yeah, I forgot to change. Yeah, Blighttown looks fucking weird. Yeah, I guess I should just... Realistically, I should change Blighttown. Oh, fuck. Hold on a second. I fucked something up. So I always forget that they basically code the sky as something else. Oh, and you can also see that they used the... up here, they had the like little sun shafts from the tree. They actually were using a light ID of 21, which likely changed it quite a bit. They also did the same thing with the sky here, which was 9000 B2. Wait, did I copy it? Oh, those are collisions. My dumbass. Okay, yeah, let's go down to the map piece. Did I delete a map piece? No, I didn't. 9000 B2, look at that. Yeah, okay. And it uses, as you can tell, 23 and 23. So for the fog ID, scatter ID. So they were clearly doing something else with those, because you can tell in the game it looked really fucking weird. And that would exactly be the reasoning. So let's quickly update that. I guess while we're here... Oh, 2372. What the fuck? Oh, I guess I'll change that while I'm here as well. So let's choose all of our B0s. Because I guess technically, like, we're viewing it... Like, we are viewing it from Firelink. So, like, our vision would be Firelinky, right? Does that make sense? Does that... Oh, so they were doing 2222 for the distant stuff. Oh, I can duplicate that. All right. Sure, let's go for it. 22. So they must have been modifying, like, yeah, how it looked in the distance. So let's turn off the tone map. Oh, let's turn on shadow destination. I don't know why I would have turned that off for any of these. Let's see. Let's see what they were doing for their fake undead burg for over here. Okay, they were using a different fog ID. We can fuck with that. Oh shit, there's more. I don't have a whole lot of undead burg stuff here. I think I only did like this little selection here. So let's see, because yeah, unfortunately with the way the fog IDs work, it looks fucking awful if you don't change something. So let's kind of undo that. They had no tone mapping, right? Got it. And then I can kind of tweak from here. Okay, so let's save this. And yeah, you can tell the sky looked terrible. I remember I did this months earlier where I ended up fucking up the sky. I was like, oh shit, why does that look so bad? It really brings out how low resolution it is, which you do not want to do. It's ugly. So let's reload. Hopefully it looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Look kind of weird. Kind of weird coloring off in the distance. I might change that because I don't know, that looks kind of ugly. I mean, that is kind of the big difference, is that everything gets pretty washed out, right? Which is the original intent of the area, admittedly. It's supposed to be like sort of foggy and ethereal. And so, yeah, I guess it kind of gets rid of the sky just a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can see the objects. Any of the objects that aren't changed yet. What's up, homie? I still think the water, like, it's not supposed to load. I must have I'm assuming that's what the draw groups do for this, is that it sets it to like, I figured it would have been something entity based of like once Frank gets up here, then it looks different, but like or it wouldn't display. But weirdly, like it's just there. Oh wow, yeah, you can really see the other neighborhood looking real shitty. Okay. I still need to add fog to Blighttown, or fake Blighttown. Yeah, like I guess you can still see the shadows really clearly down here. That's was kind of my main goal, is I just wanted to see the shadows. And yeah, they're actually really visible. I do need to check the shadow density setting. Oh, I guess that's casting like a giant ass shadow down here. Yeah, I have to admit, I'm not in love with the distant coloring here. I think it looks nasty. I don't like that at all. I also did some work on Blighttown, basically duplicating. Well, I'll actually show you in the map editor. So let's go over here. So basically, what I did is there were parts of fake Blighttown that were remaining, and I deleted those. It was actually this area, and it basically, the problem is it looked terrible from up above, and this map piece seems to be better, and I actually ripped the map piece from over here and then rotated it, and that way it looks a little bit more cohesive. And so it's trying to make it's not a one-to-one replica of Blighttown, but it was never meant to be. It was just meant to be a much more accurate Blighttown, essentially. That was kind of the end goal. And yeah, so this distance stuff, nasty. It just looks real. Oh wait, no, 20, 20. Okay, why does it look nasty? What's going on there? Or distant Blighttown. Oh, okay. Interesting. Trying to match up here with, so 22, 22. Okay. I guess let's do 22, 22 as well. Because yeah, that looks nasty. Oh yeah, also you can tell this part is interacting with the original Blighttown that's here, and it looks kind of weird. Yeah, I think for now I'll get rid of that, because I think that's what this is, which is pretty okay. Like it's so far, like you can see the texture is really low, but like unfortunately that is one giant map piece. Not that I couldn't separate it, but I had someone say that the Great Hollow looks weird. It's oddly the real Great Hollow, so I don't like, this isn't the actual legit model from Blighttown, so I don't. And they were saying like, which one is the more accurate one of like the PNG that was standing here? It's like, well, I mean, technically the real one, I would assume. Of course, it was viewable from different angles, and they said there was like tree canopy missing. So I do kind of wonder if like maybe I had to look at that image again for the big tree. Did it? Well, I guess actually while we're here, in the Prepare to Die version, oh, it won't show. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It doesn't actually like show up, but in game it does. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. But I don't know if people are expecting like the kind of leaves and whatnot here to be on the big Great Hollow. So I don't know. I'll look into that. I genuinely don't know. Okay, so I did 23, 23 for this distant stuff because it looked kind of nasty. I don't like it. Oh, well, why is it not Shadow Destination? That's weird. Why would I have turned that off? Okay. Let's save that. Hopefully this is interesting for someone. I don't know if this is as interesting as my other episodes, but I think it's something that a lot of people are probably going to like. Some people dislike. That's kind of the case with any of the changes I make. You're not going to make everyone happy, but I do think if it is 50-50, like in your mind, obviously I'm going to more so go towards the what was originally done, right? I think that's just logical, right? Oh God, that looks so much better. Yeah, that looks so much better. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it definitely has the ethereal look back. Although, maybe it's a little too bluish. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this 23 thing. Hold on, let me. I'm mildly curious. Yeah, sorry for your screen going to black. I'm assuming you guys are probably pretty used to it by now, but I like they have a windowed mode, but unfortunately it sucks and it doesn't work that well, and it shows up on like 80% of the screen, and then you have to try to like drag it, and then I'll try to get like the borderless window thing to kind of work, but there's like a program that makes them run as like borderless windowed, but I don't know. I haven't had it really kind of work that well, to be honest. But I gotta say, I'm kind of liking, just as a test, You know, don't worry about it, guys. We're free balling it out here. We're just like, God, that was like from the '90s, wasn't it? Never mind. We'll take that back. Okay. Just as a test, we're just kind of testing out here, out here in these streets. At least I could say these are settings from the original Firelink. These are all fog IDs that are used around Firelink, just not 100% in this way. I didn't mean 222, my bad. I'm just a bit curious because I may have, I don't know, 22 looking pretty good. Pretty good. All right. God, I still need to add grass to this graveyard a little bit. I keep putting it off. It's like I've been adding more grass to Darkroot, but it's kind of struggle bus city, you know, and it just takes a while. I was also going to do it for a video, and I was like, God, that's going to be the most boring ass video anyone has ever watched. Just me placing grass. That's not like that. I draw the line on that where I'm like, okay, I don't think anyone's going to want to watch that. That sounds so boring. Let's see what we got. I dig it. I kind of dig it. It's less blue, but it's more towards the original. That's the medium I was looking for. I was looking for something in the middle. Okay, I mean, excuse the ugly houses. Don't worry about that. Although maybe I'll just delete the Great Hollow and go back to the PNG. To be honest, I might, like, because I can't have the houses look like that. I just can't. I gotta say, I'm digging the 22. Yeah, this might be the ticket. Yeah, it's in the middle of the two options, right? Of what I had before and what I am going for. So, yeah, all right. We have now figured it out. And I think it could get better by actually changing the collisions as well, which let me do that just for a second. Let's see if that fucks with it too much. Okay. I think I saved it, right? I do it so often that I don't remember what I've done. How long have I been recording? I don't know. It won't tell me. Fine, whatever, cool. I've been recording for 5 years. Let's go for that. All right, thank you. Bum, bum, bum. All right, let's go back. Because now I'm changing the collision as well. But that may be too far. We'll see. I might want to keep it where it was. I don't want to lose too much of the identity. I think that's the same, right? Yeah, I think that's the same. Okay, cool. So it does feel more foggy and ethereal, which is what I want. To kind of bring it back a little bit, but kind of vanquish the blue a little bit, to be honest. Like, I do think Firelink Shrine was like blue as hell, and it was a bit much for me. So they did have their light ID at 10 for the collisions. That's interesting. Yeah, let's update everything to the 2222. We're gonna choose except for the sky. 9000 B2. Remember, kids, the sky box in most all of the areas is going to be coded by one of those really high numbers, usually 9000. Don't fuck with your sky too much because it will look like ass. That's a top tip. That's a top DS1 modding tip. It will not look hot. Okay. Let's see. Now that I've got that going, copy it over, because this is kind of the initial tweaking that I like to do is just messing with the IDs versus actually going in like modifying their values. That's kind of or at least my second step. I like to go in after and go, okay, I'm okay with where this is, but now I want to go in the nitty gritty and tweak some of the values in there. But first, you kind of want to get your like overall values correct. Okay, that did turn down the blue a bit, which of course you can do all of this like just by modifying the actual IDs themselves, but I found it easier to essentially use what is already there and kind of use different values and then go from there. This is actually a happy medium between the two. That now it does feel more foggy and distinct from Undead Burg, but a little bit more towards my inclination, which is less blue, but still some blue, right? So now we basically need to go back. Sorry for the black screening. I'm gonna look into fixing that. If I can just get like borderless windowed everywhere, that'd be nice. So let's go look at our map pieces. We had 20, 22, 22. I just got to remember that. That's pretty easy to remember. Really had lens flare of number 2. I'll be honest, I don't fully, I haven't really looked into the lens flare setting that much or changed it a whole lot. So not an authority on that. Okay, so we have our objects selected. 20, 22, 22. All right. And then we need to go towards enemy. Let's choose our enemy. Oh, wow. There's actually way less enemies than I thought there were. Okay. Interesting. 20, 22, not 222, sorry. And yeah. Okay. Let's save that. Copy it over, and yes, I am copying the param folder for no goddamn reason. Don't judge me. I have my methods. It keeps it to where I copy it in the future when I do need to copy it instead of forgetting to copy it. So it's just, if you're dumb across the board, you'll always copy it. So that doesn't make any sense, but you know you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, so now you can see they do fit in the environment much better. So easy peasy fixes. We do give up some visual clarity to kind of reverting Firelink Shrine back to a more foggy-ish appearance. But I do feel like it's a nice move towards the people who wished it was more OG, because this does feel more foggy and ethereal. That was my overall goal. So I think overall it's kind of a small change, but I think it is a move in the overall right direction. That no one's going to pop in this and be like, "Oh my God, what the hell did they do?" And it really is a compromise. I'm actually really happy with how this kind of worked out. This is a 100% a compromise between the two different visions. And sometimes that's, I don't know. Yeah, I do feel, this does feel, yeah, this does look better with the, I think that one got its own scatter ID for the light shafts. And you can still see the shadows. So for me, I'm happy. Like, literally, it was the shadows that were most important to me, which is funny, maybe, but it's true. That was my main reasoning behind changing Firelink Shrine to all those different, you know, more sepia-colored, right? And this still has some of that energy, but it does feel much more, I don't know. Yeah, definitely more closer to the original vision. So that's always good. And I'm always going to go through my areas again, and I change my mind on stuff, right? But yeah, I think I'll end it here. I think I don't know how long I've recorded because it's covering how long I've recorded, but such is life. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little look of like technically people could use this to make their own mod, and because this is it's actually very easy to switch how Firelink Shrine looks. And of course, you end up, like here, you didn't even need to know the other settings, right? You didn't even know what was in them. This was sort of like a high-level modification of it, where you're just, oh, hey, they used 22 here. I'll copy over 22. And that's how I started, where I didn't even look into the fog IDs to see like the 5,000, or, you know, like the 20 settings that are inside of each of the fog bank, light scatter bank. And you can literally just copy over different values from different places. And that's a good place to start. And then you can start getting into the nitty gritty and going, oh, okay, actually. And what I do there, how I learned that is mostly you look at different ones. So you go, oh, hey, so Undead Burg used a light ID of 10, but Firelink Shrine uses an ID of 10 or 20. And so then I would flip between the 20 and the 10, trying to understand, okay, so here's the values they were changing. And I obviously know how they look different. And so I'd be like, oh shit, okay, cool, got it. That makes sense. And that's really the process of learning that. So actually, just as a test, the other thing that I would need to do, but it may not work actually, because I was thinking of making Firelink Shrine look, oh fuck, that looked bad. What the hell is that map piece? Ooh! Okay, oh, duly noted. There's something I need to check there. That looked kind of nasty. Yeah, there you go. Let's see if this still looks. Oh, god damn. Okay. It was still loading the Firelink Shrine ones. Shit. I was wondering if my Undead Bird was... Oh my god, you guys are like triple horny today. Oh my god. Go away. Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so I got some draw issues here where they're drawing a little bit too early. And it's basically loading the Firelink Shrine ones, which you can tell. This is sort of the color difference. And then it just looks absolutely terrible inside this area. So I'll fix that. Also, I noticed that. What is going on up there? I'm assuming that mesh was never meant to be looked at from this angle. Duly noted. Okay, so I'll have to fix that, but that's not a big deal. I just need to change the draw groups to be farther into Firelink Shrine for these ones. But mostly the transition is working, and that's... Oh shit, I actually got a backstab? Oh, fuck. Oh, wow, that looks terrible. Oh, God damn it. Ooh. Okay, well, I got more things to bug fix, clearly. Dude, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? Okay. There you go, bud. Oh my God. Yeah, so the draw group for this... Oh God, that is ugly. Yeah, then it cuts out. Duly noted. I have my homework. As I knew this would happen, that was much less noticeable back when they had the exact same lighting setup. That would explain why I never saw that. Is they just had the same exact light setup and they're in exactly the same location. And so when that would happen, I just wouldn't notice it. But now I do notice it since they're different. So, alrighty, I have my homework. And I will demolish that homework and fix it. But hopefully you enjoyed this video of sort of finding a happy medium between the two settings for Firelink Shrine. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure I'm going to get a bit of a smattering of I miss what it looked like before, I like what it looks like now. We'll see if a majority kind of comes out. But personally, I like it. I think it gives it a little bit more identity than what it had from the changes I made prior, if that makes sense. And then also, hopefully you liked my slight Blighttown updates, fake Blighttown. Fake town? I don't know. And I'm going to look into the big tree, if just putting the PNG back for the moment might make more sense, if like it really did have like a better canopy style looking thing. It depends on how noticeable it is that it's a flat image, right? I think it's pretty noticeable, so I might just keep the new one. As you can tell, I'm very decisive, right? But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I post pretty much daily. It's not always going to be daily. It will vary based upon, you know, my real life and what I have to do. So, you know, I'm usually pretty good about doing this in the morning and then boom, done, got it. I can do other things. Like the video, that helps a lot. Gets the video out there. YouTube actually tells me that. They go, oh my God, more of your regular viewers are liking and viewing this video, so therefore we're boosting it out to more people. It's really cool when YouTube tells you that, because you're like, oh shit. The FromSoft, I haven't come up with a name for you guys yet. FromSoft Servants is terrible. FromSofties, FromSoft Servers, but that sounds like you work at a TGI Fridays, so I don't... That might be a location-based thing that not everyone has a TGI Fridays, I guess. I don't know. And maybe share the video if you have Dark Souls nerds that would enjoy this weird, rambly, behind-the-scenes Dark Souls modding. I can't fathom why there'd be a ton of people that do, but surprisingly, yes, there are a lot of people, and I'm constantly surprised by that. But I love you all, and praise the sun, and I do hope that maybe this video made you just slightly more grossly incandescent. That's the goal. So, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.